Hey, what's up, YouTube boxing family? It is K-Rod here. I'm back here once again, coming up with a good boxing post-fight reaction to Skye Nicholson's performance against um who's that chick's name? Beck Conley, right? I'm going to just come out and say that I'm not sold on Skye Nicholson. I didn't really think she did anything special in her second professional bout. She did win against Beck Conley, and Beck Conley, she got a little bit, you know, padded up by, Skye Nicholson. And I wasn't really sold on, her performance. And the reason why that I say that is because Skye Nicholson, she's the type of woman to make herself look like that she's going to be like the next biggest thing. But when you do take a look at how she fights almost like a mini Amir Khan, but she doesn't possess like the skills to actually be that good of a fighter completely. And from the looks of it, she makes me think that she's more of an outside fighter. She keeps everything to the outside. She can't really dog it out with you. And I think her failure is going to occur when someone's going to press her to the body and start hitting her with some heavy shots. And I just think, like, looking at the division, there's some good killers here. I think, honestly, a really good opponent that I think that would definitely defeat her would be this chick, Carmarie Matos Vargas, which I'm going to be doing a video on her very soon. And I think she's going to definitely be that upset, factor, over her. I think her style is going to be all wrong for her. And even though that she's a orthodox fighter, but I don't see Skye's southpaw style being that deadly enough to actually create enough separation to beat a lot of these women in the featherweight division. And I mean, looking at the political state of the division, I mean, you got Crystal Garcia Nova. I've heard about her. She's actually a pretty good fighter, actually. She's knocked out 10 of her opponents, but these were like mainly opponents that were, just fighting 4 rounders with her. So I definitely like to see her in the mix. I think Diana Vargas could make some noise on her. I think she fights at 126. And who else? I mean, there's really not that many names that I could think of, but just looking at like the state of the division, I don't see her really making that much noise. Just by looking at her performance in her second fight, she was just playing around with Beck Conley, and she wasn't really being serious about trying to like knock her out and actually make like a statement. Because I mean, this was like your very first fight in the UK, but at the end of the day, if you're trying to get up to a world title, at least make a at least make a statement coming into your home country to knock somebody out, so that way you can, plant a seed into the division to make yourself be known. So I personally don't think she's that good. I think honestly, like, Sophie Alish would definitely wash her, and plenty of other females, Diana Vargas, Carmarie Vargas, right? That chick. So I don't know, man. I don't see her being that good. I just don't see anything good out of her. There's just too much flaws, that I see out of her. And I think honestly, at the end of the day, there's just too many flaws that that I can't really see her fixing, and I think she's too afraid to take those big shots against people that we know that can definitely give her some problems, that like to rough it up on the inside. I don't know. She really has like a similar style to Amir Khan in a way. Very, very limited on the inside. Can't really mix it up with you, but on the outside, she does decent work to try to like work it up on using her jab and being more, progressive. But at the end of the day, I don't see anything different from her. I don't see anything special that makes me say, wow, she's going to be that good of a fighter. And plenty of other UK female fighters, because taking a look at a lot of these girls like Ebony Jones, Raven Chapman, Angel- Angelica Finch, a lot of these ladies, I'm just not sold on. I'm not sold on a lot of chicks, from the European land. And the only girls that I really like is like Sophie Alish and definitely Caroline Dubois. She's definitely gonna be like a Clarissa Shields type fighter. Definitely gonna be move fast, and she's definitely gonna win multiple world titles. And I think she has enough skills to, branch her skill set away from the UK and take her talents over here to America to get those big money fights. So I think honestly, like Caroline is definitely on her way to do bigger and better things, but for for women like Skye Nicholson, I'm just like, nah, dude. I don't see anything special out of her. And I mean, sadly, what the problem with female UK fighters is that they don't use enough fundamentals in their game. They're just fighting standard boxing to just land that big shot, or just, try to look basic, but then they don't know how to switch up, the levels, and they can't really convert to making adjustments on the fly. But at least with American female fighters, they actually do know how to make those adjustments, and they actually have decent methodology to change up their skill set. So yeah, I just wanted to give out, my post fight reaction on Skye Nicholson. I wasn't really too impressed with her performance. She kind of looked like she was just trying to play around, with Beck, and trying to make her look like that she's looking all pretty in the ring, as if she didn't get touched, once. But I kind of thought Beck, she was going into that fight not wanting to win, and she was just basically going in to pick up a paycheck. And I find that to be really poor matchmaking by whoever set that up through Matchroom. Through Matchroom Boxing on the DAZN platform, because that wasn't a good fight. I personally thought that should have that should have been somebody just as young as her, to actually fight her. So I don't see why she could have fought any of what the younger girls around her age. At least fight somebody like fucking Leanne Bush, or fight, Angelica Finch, or fight anybody that is good enough to give you a good fight. At least that would have been a little bit more respectful to go that path. So hopefully sometime in the future we can definitely see her in there with some decent level opposition. Obviously, we already know how DAZN's gonna be moving her. I think Eddie Hearn's going to keep her away from styles that I personally know that would literally beat the living crap out of her. But just by looking at how she fights, I could just tell pressure's gonna, bust those pipes very soon, in a late game situation to possibly knock her out, or just beat her to the punch where she can't really, throw any punches left, and she's going to get gassed out, because I just don't see her having that dog in her. So that's pretty much what I have to say. That's just my, initial thoughts on her. I don't hate female fighters to a certain, degree. I mean, minus some, some ladies that, that got beef with me, but just in general, I don't really be hating on fighters. Just just when I'm in that position to criticize them for who they are as a fighter. But I'm just giving out my personal opinion, and my just my general analysis of how I see them fight. So either way, it's no hard feelings. I just think that that styles make fights, and from a objective point of view, someone's gonna outgun you when you haven't sharpened up your tools all the way through. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully we get to see Skye Nicholson in here with some decent names. I wouldn't mind anybody out of the top 10 or top 20, because I mean, she's 26 years old or 27, and I don't see her scaling that big into the division that fast, unless she's going to be fighting some ladies that are going to be decent level opposition. So I like to see her fight anybody that is a good credible opponent, and then she could prove herself at the world title level. So I think that should be a good that should be a good move for her career. So I don't know. I think honestly, I think the best fight to be made next is to be facing anybody with an undefeated record that's just as young as you. I wouldn't mind any of what the UK female fighters that I like, that I mentioned, or maybe fight this girl, Carmarie Matos Vargas. I'm definitely gonna do a video on her next, and I hope she can definitely make some noise, at the featherweight division. But I'm not so sure if she's fighting at featherweight, because it looks like she's been fighting at bantamweight as of recently. So yeah, that's about it. Huge shout out to the mighty LDBC, and peace out. I will see you guys later. Peace out. Bye.